everyone. Welcome to PHTV Channel 4 in Palos Heights. I'm Sue Jankowski, and we are at the library. In this program, we talk about all the great things that are going on in the library each month for you or your family or anybody you know. Come on in, enjoy all the programs that the library puts forth for you to enjoy. We're so lucky to have this library in our city, and I hope you're taking advantage of it. So as always, we have Janine and Tina with us today. Janine, head of public services, Tina upstairs with youth and teen, and they're going to tell us about those programs specifically. But before we got started, I was just telling Janine and Tina that every month, the City of Palos Heights sends out, the library, Palos Heights Public Library sends out a Pageturner. I don't know if you really look at it. I hope you are looking at it. It has a new format, so maybe you're a little unfamiliar. In the past couple months, that format has changed, and it's better than ever. But in that Pageturner are all the things that we're talking about and more. So Janine, I'd just like you to talk about the Pageturner just a little bit, so that if people aren't recognizing it in their mailboxes, that this is really a great resource.
It was redesigned a few months back, maybe 6 months ago already, to make it look more like a magazine almost. So the structure is a little taller, and it's a slicker cover.
It is, yeah.
And in the inside we have announcement page right on page 3, and then we include staff pics from everybody, youth and adults, or just some columns from different staff members to talk about different services we might be offering. And then, of course, the programs. Now, sometimes we're not able to fit all of our programs in there.
So true.
So when you're looking at the print format, you always want to consult with our event calendar online, or ask the library to pick up a program sheet for the month, because we have so many programs. Sometimes they don't all fit in there, but for the most part, they do. And Tina, we do the same thing with the kids programs as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. At least we are always sure to have the title and the date of the program, and if patrons are interested in learning more about it, they can always call us at the library too.
Yeah, that's really great. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's just so many little reminders in there, like some opportunities to speak to a librarian, or the last I was reading, having DVDs and videos made, I was like, wow.
Transferred to digital, yeah.
And that's a great thing. Lamination, I didn't really realize that too. There's a little fee involved with that, but I mean, you can have that done at the library. Mm-hmm. And I think that sometimes you don't really realize all the terrific resources that are there.
And in fact, the one coming out for February and March, I know one of my staff members, Catherine Cross, is going to be talking about the local history work that she does. And so that's just a reminder, because there are so many things to do, so many services you can get at the library, that it's hard to keep them all at the forefront. So we just kind of, put some flags up once in a while to say, hey, remember this.
Yeah. And even if you did know, you're like, oh, I forgot that was in there, or I could do that, or I could participate in this. And even if you're listening and watching now, and you make a note to be sure to sign up for something in particular, it's nice to have that other resource. So look for that. I'm sure you are seeing it in your mailbox, but really open it up and give it a good read, because it's really helpful. I carry it around with me all week, all month, put it on my counter along with all my other important things.
Yeah.
And
it's a good thing to have.
It is, yeah. Well, anyway, we are starting a new year, and it's exciting, and it's a turn of a decade. Everybody's really excited about that.
Yeah.
Not as excited as the millennium, but they are excited about a new decade that we're beginning. So with that, Janine, I know there are programs that are going to be available, and it's nice to have some things to look forward to in the winter.
Oh, absolutely, and one of the many things we do in the community is we like to work with other organizations in the community, and our program coming up on January 9th is our collaboration with Trinity students, Trinity Christian College, and it's our authors visit Tasteful Diversity. That's Thursday, January 9th at 6:30. And Tasteful Diversity is a book that students put together under the guidance of retired Professor Michael Vanderveel. And it's stories about their home, their stories of food from growing up, and about different cultures and that kind of thing. So the Tasteful Diversity is a great title, and we will have some of the student authors at the library to read from the book. And they're also going to bring little samples of some of the recipes that they have from treasured memories of maybe something that their grandmother made, or from a different holiday, that kind of thing. So we'll be starting the month off with that.
That's really sweet.
It is.
To have family memories about something your grandmother, your mother cooked, or your dad, or whoever.
Yeah,
That's
and
nice.
it's kind of a sweet thing coming from the students. They're at
is.
that age in college where they're moving away from home, but they have memories of, that the ties that bring them back,
Yeah.
the ties that bring them back to their family and to their base of who they are now as they're growing up.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's kind of a neat thing to
Yeah,
see.
good.
Yeah, and then Sunday, January 12th, we have Wine Wisdom Part 2. That's coming up at 2 o'clock on the 12th. And we're going to round out your wine knowledge from sommelier and local resident Kathy Wills, who present an overview of pairing food with wine. And just a note, there won't be actually wine served, but so she'll be talking about it, and that so you'll know when you go to dinner, what should you be eating if you're drinking your wine and that kind of thing.
I know, and if you do want it to go with, unless the restaurant has it on the menu, which some do, it's nice to know what would make this food taste even better.
Yeah.
And so that's nice that
Yeah.
she's going to hand out that kind of information.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. So it's fun. It'll be fun. And of course, it is the new year, and we have on Tuesday, January 14th, 6:30, we have Staying Healthy and Stress-Free in the New Year.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah. So we have Carolyn Johnson from Past Health Foods will share tips on how to stay healthy and stress-free this whole new year. I'll have to go to that one and make sure I take notes.
I know, exactly. That is wonderful. That's a good thing. I mean, everybody feels stressed, so it's good to know how to handle it.
Absolutely. It's not going to go away.
It does not.
Unfortunately, yeah. It's also a leap year this year. I don't know what that means.
Oh, that means that,
Well, I know what it means,
in the
but I
olden
don't
days,
I know what that means.
explain what leap year
I
is
know.
for you. No, remember way back in the olden days, that leap year was the one day of each 4 years where a woman could ask, her suitor to.
Is that right?
Yeah, to propose. She could
Wow.
propose to him. Otherwise, you just wouldn't do that. But that one day, February 28th, that's what I remember about leap year.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see how that works out, how it plays out for February.
I think that's really old.
Anyway, yeah. So also we have coming up investment fraud protection coming up on Wednesday, January 15th, 6:30. We have Terry Paggi from the Chicago office of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission will give a presentation on risk versus rewards of various types of investments. So how to research investment professionals and the red flags of investment fraud.
Always helpful.
Yeah. And question and answers will follow afterwards.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And our book and film is back. We'll be we're showing the film Where'd You Go, Bernadette on Thursday, January 16th, 2 o'clock. This is where we show a film based on a book, and then we have a brief discussion afterwards. This book is one of I want to say for a long time, my top 10 favorite books by Maria Semple. It's a fiction book. It's about a loving mother who is compelled to reconnect with her creative life and escapes on an epic adventure to find herself. It's funny. It's kind of a dark sense of humor.
It is. I really, really like the book too. And I'm sure you can enjoy the movie without reading the book, but I think it really helped to have the book behind you and then see the movie, because there's a lot goes on in that
Yeah, it
story.
does. You read the book too?
And saw the movie, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there is a bit of a difference. Sometimes that's a distraction,
Yeah.
but sometimes it does give an extra layer of, because you keep saying, wait, what, I'm going to do that. Aren't you going to do that thing that happened in the book?
Right.
And you're waiting for that and it doesn't happen.
I know.
Yeah.
But they can't always do that.
No, they don't. And sometimes
No.
they focus on different things.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett stars in it, and it's directed by Richard Linklater, who's won an Academy Award for Boyhood. So, yeah, it's a good show. Good time.
It's good. It's different, and it's it's not. I don't know. There's so many movies right now that it's all blood and guts and stuff. This isn't like. This is nice. This is a comedy-ish.
Yeah. Then we have coming up on Sunday, January 19th, Lost Restaurants of Chicago. We have author Greg Borzo will dish out course after course of stories about the Windy City's most beloved bygone restaurants, from steakhouse to tiki bars, and from diners to delis, from Trader Vic's to the Black Hawk. And I saw him when he was at the Printers Row over the summertime and was talking to him. I said, you got to bring your program to the library. So he's going to come, and I'm looking forward to that. We get a lot of people are interested in the history of Chicago. So, And food too, so hey, it's good
And they're
timber.
going to remember being at those restaurants, and now they're no longer. It's,
Yeah,
it's
right.
fun to think about.
Yeah, yeah. And computer classes, we do have those. You can always, like Sue had mentioned, check our the Pageturner, our website also, and with our events. We have our computer classes listed. They are mostly held in our lab, so registration is required because we have limited seating on those. So,
Yep.
if you don't, so that's January 20th at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Android Basics. So if some of you get a new phone for Christmas, you don't know what's going on, this is the class for you. Bring your phone and we'll talk about how to
work it.
how to work that thing. Yeah. Then we have coming up Tuesday, January 21st at 6:30, we have a celebration of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This was an album that came out in 1967, and music enthusiast Gary Wenstrup will discuss the Beatles' most well-known album of the 60s. Its initial concept, the music, and the landmark album cover, and the overwhelming worldwide reaction to its release. And with songs such as, Lucy in the Sky of Diamonds, Being for the Benefit of Mr.
I don't know. They all
Title.
blend together to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is everybody
When I'm
knows this
64,
album. Yeah. And everybody can sing well, not everybody, but if you grew up with these, you can sing all the songs from here.
Yeah, it was an album
Yeah.
that, they, of course, 1967, they're in their peak of their career. And Paul was in a recording session said, we need to do something a little different. Why don't we put out an album with an alter ego? So that's how this band came to be, how this album came to be. They became Sgt. Pepper and his Lonely Hearts Club Band. And so they were able to come out with the different songs, such as like Lucy in the Sky of Diamond, a little bit dreamy there. She's Leaving Home, those kinds of
Yeah.
songs. So,
Yeah.
they just wanted to experiment with new sounds. So you can come and learn more about this album.
That sounds
On
good.
the 21st. And Trivia Night will be back on Wednesday, January 22nd, 6:30. They'll be holding it at Giuliani's this month of January. So you can join us for 2 hours of trivia, or into groups of 5, or come on your own. And please call Giuliani's, the number's on the slide, to make your reservation. This does fill up, folks, so you do need to make a reservation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't just expect that you'll find a place.
Right,
Okay.
yeah. Then we have coming up Thursday, January 23rd, Natural Navigation. Learn how to use the stars and the direction of the trees, which way they bend, and even which direction satellite dishes point to help guide your way. Lake Catherine's Operations Manager, Director Gareth Blakesley will be there to show us how to use simple ways to navigate using natural and unnatural cues to figure out your location in the world. So
That's a cool skill to have.
absolutely, and essential.
In case you're out there and you don't know where you are, and you don't have your Google Maps on your
That's right.
on your phone.
Right. You never know.
No.
Right, and Sunday at the Cinema is back also. We have Sunday, January 26th at 2 p.m. We'll be showing the film Mustang. It's a story of a prisoner who was a violent convict who was played by Matthias Schoenaerts, who's an excellent actor, who's given a chance to participate in a rehabilitation therapy program involving wild Mustangs. So it's a independent film.
Okay.
Got a lot of attention, mostly because of his acting, and it's a great story.
It seems like that was like in the theater and out
Yeah,
pretty
so it's
quick.
one of those quiet
Yeah,
films.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's one
never
of the
did
reasons
get
we
to
have
see
Sunday
that.
at the cinema,
Yeah, that's
because there's a
nice.
lot of times we don't get certain films out in our way, so we bring them out
Yeah,
to the library.
that's nice. Yeah, we don't. I mean, there are some that you have to go way up north to see if you want to see it. Okay, good.
Yeah. And then our introductory into AncestryLibrary.com, that's Wednesday, January 29th. For those of you not sure where to start your family history journey, figure out how to get started at this class. We have Beth Stevens will be teaching it. She's excellent. She's like our genealogy expert at the library. And Ancestry Library is a special program just from Ancestry.com that is available through libraries. So she'll show you how to use the certain aspects of that database, and you can use it in-house. Anybody can come in and use it in-house. So.
And everyone's so interested right now in their ancestry, you know, more so than I think in the past.
Yeah.
So that's a great, especially if you don't know how to start.
Yeah, there's so many things like what do you look for? You know,
Right.
what is the purpose of certain dates? You know,
right.
And you'll find those out.
Yeah.
So that's Wednesday the 29th at 6:30. So that wraps up January for us.
All right, that's a great January. So we have some great things to look forward to for the adult side of things. And now on to the little chili beans. What do we have for them?
So I wanted to remind everyone that our winter reading program is still in full swing. It goes from, well, it started December 2nd and it goes all the way until January 25th. To register, all you need to do is come to the library and pick up a reading log and then turn it back in when you're done and you can pick out a book.
Oh, wow. So that's a great long time. I didn't realize it extended all the way almost to the end of January. Perfect.
Yes. So if you haven't picked up your log, please do that today.
Okay.
On January 2nd, we have a Tidy Up Storytime. So after reading stories about making a mess, then we're actually going to make a mess in the library. And we're going to use matching and sorting techniques to go ahead and organize everything and put it back where it's supposed to be. So it's going to be a great learning time for kids too.
Good.
Yeah.
Moms will like that skill developed. That's a good thing.
That's on Thursday, January 2nd at 10 o'clock for ages 1 to 5.
Nice.
Also on Thursday, January 2nd at 4 o'clock for children in grades kindergarten through 3rd grade, we have Snow Way. So we are going to be making our own snow and then paint with it and make our own unique pieces of art.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds like fun. And that's for, kindergarten through age grade 3, you said. That's perfect.
Yes. On Tuesday, January 7th, we have ice cream in a bag. So if you have not made ice cream in a bag before, you are in for a treat because then I've made it before. It involves very few ingredients, lots of shaking. Your hands do get cold very quickly, so please bring gloves. But that is on Tuesday, January 7th at 4 o'clock, again for children grades kindergarten through 3rd grade.
Wow, I've never heard of that. That sounds like so much fun. You get to eat it then afterwards.
Yeah,
I'm
and
assuming.
you make it.
You made it. Fun.
Then we have all the toppings and stuff too, so yeah, it'll be perfect.
Sounds good.
On Wednesday, January 8th at 1 o'clock for our younger kids, ages 2 to 5, we have Penguin Fun. So they're going to hear stories about penguins, sing songs, make a craft, and just learn all about these cute animals that everyone likes.
Little cuties, yeah.
So in the fall, we had a Girls Who Code program, and that went over very well. So we decided to bring back Boys Who Code to give boys a chance to join in on the fun too. So they're going to learn coding techniques through websites and videos, and I need to say that this is a 2-week program. So the first one is on January 8th at 4 o'clock for boys in grades 3rd through 5th grade. And the second one is on Wednesday, January 15th at 4 o'clock, again for boys who are in grades 3 to 5. You only need to register once, and it gets you into both classes.
Okay, and that's really necessary. You're going
Yes.
to need both those classes to actually get all of that knowledge.
So the first one, you're actually learning different coding techniques through some of the websites and things that we're going to show you. And then the second one, you're actually putting those techniques that you learned into action and coding your own robots.
Okay, wow, that's really neat.
On Thursday, January 9th at 4 o'clock, for grades 4th through 8th grade, we have doily snowflakes. So the kids are going to come, they're going to paint doilies, and then cut them out and create their own snowflakes.
Oh.
So a nice crafting program.
And you know, I love doilies, and so to be able to craft up something, we make Valentines with them, but this is a great idea.
Yeah. On Friday, January 10th at 10 o'clock for younger children ages 6 months to 2 years old, we have no mess painting. So bring your kids to the library. They're going to be making a mess, but they're not going to get dirty from it. So it's doing a lot of painting with different bags and using your fingers and stuff to mix different colors, and just using different techniques like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's good because sometimes at that age, 6 months to 2 years, especially getting toward the 2 years, they don't want it to to be messy.
Yeah,
They
no.
get funny about that stuff. So this is going to be perfect for them.
And they don't like the way certain textures feel quite yet. So this is
That's a good thing.
And Saturday, January 11th at 11 o'clock, we have our Lego Builders program. This program is for all ages, and this is one of the few programs that you do not need to register for. You can just drop in, and you're going to make a Lego creation, and we're going to put it on display in the library for the whole month.
Nice, good.
On Monday, January 13th at 10 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you can register your child ages 2 to 5 for a winter-themed toddler art. Now, this program you definitely do need to register for if you do want to have a spot.
Okay, this is very popular.
Yes.
And people like to come, so get your name in there.
Okay, and then we have a program for our teens. We have Spa Day on Tuesday, January 14th at 6 o'clock for children grades 8th through 12th grade. So they're going to come, they're going to make bath bombs, we're going to have nail polish, and they're going to be making so much more too.
So are they going to make the nail polish or use the nail polish?
Use the nail polish, make the bath bombs,
okay.
and then we have a couple of other different spa activities for them to do.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun for that age group, really.
Yes.
Nice.
On Wednesday, January 15th at 10 o'clock for children ages 2 to 5, we have Snowy Day Story Time. Again, this story time is going to be all about snow because I'm sure at that point we may have lots of it.
Yes.
So there's going to be songs and stories and, of course, a craft to go along with that theme.
Very good.
We have another movie matinee, Dora and the Lost City of Gold, rated PG, on Monday, January 20th at 11 o'clock. This is an all-ages program, one of those programs that you do not need to register for. In this movie, Dora the Explorer, do you remember the little cartoon Dora?
I do, yeah.
She is growing up, and she is trying to tackle going to high school and another adventure on the side. So,
Oh, that is cool. And isn't that Martin Luther King Jr. Day?
Yes.
And that is why it's at 11 o'clock. So you can go, you know, if you're wondering if you can attend, you can.
Yes.
Because you'll be available.
Definitely. So come to the library, get out of the house. And
On that snowy day.
We have Chinese New Year story time on Monday, January 20th at 4 o'clock for all ages, and then another repeat program on Thursday, January 23rd at 10 a.m., also all ages. So this is going to be the Year of the Rat, and I'm very excited about this program. We have a new person in the Youth and Teen Department. Her name is Yvonne, and she was actually born in Taiwan, and she speaks Chinese fluently, and she loves this holiday. She's looking forward to this program so much, and apparently the Year of the Rat is supposed to be very good.
I did hear that. You would think not, but you know, yes, it is. Also, look, one of the days is on January 20th. That's got to mean something. January 20th, 2020. I mean, that seems special.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned that,
Yeah.
it seems very special.
Okay, so we're going to go get there.
Yeah. So near the end of January, you might be getting restless, so we invite you to kick your cabin fever at the library on Tuesday, January 21st at 4 o'clock. This is an all-ages program, so with the cold weather coming, you and your children might be, again, wanting to get out of the house. We're going to have crafts and board games and video games and a couple of other different things going on.
And that is at 4 o'clock? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, that's good, because they can kind of come and do this after school and, you know, before dinner and just do something different.
And this is, again, one of those few programs that you do not need to register for. You can just drop in. So if you decide last minute, you know, let's get out of the house, you kids are driving me crazy, let's go to the library.
It's a good place to go. But you have to come in, too.
Yes. And you might enjoy making something.
I think, you know, you would.
On Monday, January 20th, from 2 to 4, we have an MLK Day of Service. So this is for children grades 6th through 12th grade. So our teens that do need to get those service hours in, this is a special day for them to do that. We're getting all kinds of different activities together to help them reach their service hour goal. And we are also partnering with different charity organizations to bring them something as well. So it truly is a day of service in that they're going to be putting together gift baskets and things for some of the organizations that we've reached out to.
So they should let you know they're coming? Because you want to have enough materials for everyone.
Right,
to,
exactly.
Okay.
And then also, we do want to remind our teens that please do not wait until May and ask to get service hours, because at that point you might not get any. So please start early, and this is a great time to do that.
It is a great time to do it, because what else do you do? I mean, I know there's things to do, homework and friends and all that, but you know, this is good service hour time.
Yeah.
Bring your friends. Sign up.
On Wednesday, January 22nd at 4 o'clock for children grades 4 through 8th grade, we have crystal snowflakes. So they will be creating their own snowflakes out of pipe cleaners and then dipping them in a solution. They're going to crystallize overnight, and then the kids are going to be able to come back and pick them up.
Oh, beautiful. That's a really fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Scientific. Very good. Well, it sounds like there's a lot to do, a lot going on. Make sure you register, call, go in, do it online. It's all pretty simple to do, so that you have your space if there's something that you need to find a space for. Some of them you don't. But you want to be sure that if you've decided, I really want to attend that program, that there is a slot for you. So do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always register.
Always register.
Be safe. Better
Just be
safe than sorry.
safe, enjoy. And this is a great time of year to go to the library, because it's beautiful there. And beautiful people, and you've got stuff to do all the time. And it's free of charge. You just go in and watch a movie. I was thinking about that Dora the Explorer movie, and I was thinking that a lot of kids maybe didn't get a chance to see that movie.
Yeah.
That'd be a great time to go and see that. And if you didn't see some of the other movies, that's a fun thing to go to the library and do. Anyway, I will see you guys next time, next month
Thank you.
at the library, and I hope you see them when you're at the library. See you next month. Bye-bye.